Google Ads for Beginners, Part 1, Mastering Google Ads Account Settings. If you're an absolute beginner and you want to try Google Ads, in this video session, I'll show you the critical parts of Google Ads account settings that you need to be familiar with to avoid often costly mistakes beginners make. Also, if you're an absolute beginner, do keep in mind that Google Ads often offers promotional codes and discounts. In this example currently, Google Ads is giving away $900 in ad credit. You can always search Google with Google Ads promotional codes. So, now let's go and see our Google Ads account settings. On the right hand side, we have our profile icon. Because Google Ads is part of Google products, as in Google account, you can always access your Google account by pressing on your profile icon and press on Manage Your Google Account. Also, if you're managing your client's Google Ads account and campaigns, you may consider creating Google Ads Manager account. On the left hand side, we have our main menu option. Under Admin, we have our account settings and security options. We can always press on the three lines to extend the menu. So now we're looking at account settings. One great thing with the latest Google Ads user interface is the help option. If you press on the help section, it will bring the help section according to the menu that you're looking at. So now let's look at account settings. Now, data protection contacts. That's very important for you to provide the information that is needed in terms of who is handling the website visitor data. As in, you need to have privacy policy that clearly details how you're showing ads to people, especially with remarketing lists. You should definitely have cookie consent. Rank a YouTube channel shows you how to set up a free plugin for WordPress, because these are part of agreement of using Google Ads. Then let's imagine you want to show lead forms. Let's say you want to create ads campaign, and within the ad you want to show quick and easy lead form. Then you need to read through the terms and agree to these. Now, when you set things up here, this is at account level. You can also set certain settings at campaign level. Now, if you're managing your own advertisement, perhaps for your own business, then you may want to set things up here at account level so that it'll save time and effort for you. We also have auto tagging. You should definitely have this enabled if you're a beginner. Call reporting. If you're sharing your phone number so that Google Ads can show your number, perhaps you want to get detailed reporting accordingly. Okay, the next is access and security. Let's press on that. Here, if you're managing your own Google Ads account, you should every now and then double check what's here. Even if you're managing your own Google Ads account. If you're providing access to third parties to create campaigns or manage your ads, then you want to, make sure that you remove the access when your interaction or dealings with them finalize. Let's press on security. You should 110% have higher level of security for Google Ads, as well as your Google account as well, because your Google account is tied to everything related to Google. You can, at minimum, have two-step verification turned on, identity verification. So then you can set your preference, data protection that comes from account settings. What's very important here is terms and conditions and the policies. Google Program Advertiser terms. When you advertise with Google Ads, you are agreeing to these terms. So it is absolutely critical you at least understand the terms and conditions of using Google Ads. Because Rankia is a Google product expert, we get many emails saying, you know what, my Google Ads account is suspended. Because if we don't understand the terms, then we may get in trouble later on. We can also get Google Ads to send us notifications by pressing on notifications. Next is your billing. Let's look at billing. As we can see the summary. We can set up our billing. There's two types of billing method. One is manual payments. One is automatic payments. So when you create your Google Ads account, that's when you set this up, as in how you pay for your ads. Then we have advertiser verification. This is absolutely critical part that you don't want to ignore. With your Google account, with Google Ads, you need to submit verification documents. Yeah, let's look at the latest tools available to us. Let's press on that. This area here is an important area before you start your campaigns. You can look at some industry-specific keywords. You can provide your website address and start with a website address and let Google Keyword Planner tool analyze your website and suggest some keyword ideas. Well, in fact, you can put any website here. Let's imagine I want to create tutorials related to web hosting. I can say, okay, you know what? Let's start with this website. Okay, in fact, this is great for affiliate marketers, so keep that in mind. Let's start with the keyword. Let's remove that domain business. Let's say Google Ads as an example. Here, this is another great insight, because if you want to spend less with Google Ads and get more results, then what you want to do is select keywords correctly and select your target location correctly. Let's imagine we want to create an ad for a local business, right? So now I can say, okay, how about Melbourne? Melbourne, Victoria, include that area. So instead of showing ads everywhere else in Australia, I can specifically target certain locations. Okay. Or you may say, okay, you know what? How about Canada as an example? Then you can select country Canada and target, as in show ads there. In fact, here's a tip. that you should 110% remember. If your target audience is based globally, you want to create different campaigns for different countries. If you're a local business, even then, perhaps you want to create different campaigns for different suburbs, because all of that is going to affect the performance of your ads. Now, here we have Performance Planner, so I won't go into depth. I'll just introduce you the most important account settings here. Under Tools, we have Audience Manager. Actually, before I show you Audience Manager, I'll show you this example. Under Tools, we have Data Manager. That's the latest settings for linking Google products. Let's imagine you're using Google Analytics. If you're going to advertise with Google Ads, you should 100% consider using Google Analytics. I've created a tutorial for setting up Google Analytics, including audiences, because by using Google Analytics, you can connect that with Google Ads so that you can create better campaigns, including remarketing campaigns. Let's imagine you're promoting videos on your YouTube channel. Then within your channel settings, under Channel, Advanced Settings, you can link Google Ads with your YouTube channel as well. If you're a local business, your Google Business Profile Manager option under Linked Accounts, you can link Google Ads there as well. So Data Manager, you definitely want to explore this, because it's more than likely that you're using different Google products. As we can see, there is many different ones here. And your consent settings, obviously you want to double check this, because you're agreeing to certain terms as to how you're advertising and where you are advertising on planet Earth. Anytime you run into issues, you can look at troubleshooting option or even the help section. Because with this help section, now we're looking at using the tools here. So now let's look at Shared Library, Audience Manager. You definitely want to explore that. Let's press on that. Because when you create ads, let's say you show your ads to 100 people. The 100 people won't convert, right? Maybe you'll get 10% conversion. So 10 people convert. But with your audiences, you can actually, let Google to better create lists as to who's seeing your ads so that you can re-advertise to them. So your Audience Manager under Audiences, you can create custom audiences, whether it's website visitors, whether you're using Google Analytics on your website and so on. Because Google is powerful, it will allow you to create audiences to people who are more likely to interact with your business on internet. Okay, that's taking a bit of time here because I'm creating this tutorial. Let's imagine I want to create a new audience. Simply follow the prompts and select the appropriate option for your Google Ads account. So because I create video ads as well, people who have subbed, maybe I want to show ads to them as well. People who visited my website, perhaps I want to show ads to them as well. As in, you want to explore Audience Manager in Google Ads. If using Google Analytics, you want to create custom audiences there as well. So now let's look at assets library. Okay, here this is your assets for your Google Ads. You can upload images. You definitely want to include important parts of your website as site links, because the ads, the screen real estate will be populated by these site links, structured snippets, text callouts, if you're promoting YouTube videos, and so on. So asset library, you can add new assets, perhaps images, videos, and so on. Okay, so site links is the minimum. You need to take a look at your assets library and structure your Google Ads account accordingly. If you're a local business, Location Manager is an absolute must for you to explore and add. Lately, we've got Create a Partnership. Let's imagine you want to show ads to influencers and so on. Then under Tools, we've got Create a Partnership here. So Data Manager, Keyword Planner tool, Audience Manager, and your Asset Library. You definitely want to explore them if you're a beginner. Then we have goals. What are goals? Goals is your conversions, because you want to create ads so that people can take certain action. Whether they contact you as a local business or whether they buy something from you if you're an e-commerce operator. Each business will have different conversion objectives, but because you're using Google Ads, you want to create goals, as in conversion tracking. And Google Ads makes this a simple process. So, as in conversion on a website, conversion from a phone call, as we can see, these are the powerful features that a beginner should definitely be familiar with, so that you can spend less and get better results using Google Ads. In the next video session, I will show you how to create your campaign using the latest settings step by step. I thank you for learning with Rankia. If you haven't subscribed to Rankia YouTube channel, then you should definitely do so, because you're learning from experience. And I'll talk with you in the next video session.